Hello, my dear friends. I'm back with a new video, and uh, in this video, I am going to again cover about the ongoing war in the Middle East and uh, talk about some of the things that are happening and its impact on the businesses and the challenges to the economies. So I am going to talk more about them, and as well as some of the new things which we are learning from strategy point of view as well as from technology point of view. So I'm going to talk about all this in this episode, and I hope you will all like this, and please like, share and subscribe to this video, and please help sharing with your friends so that they can also learn something new. So with that, let's get into the details of what we are going to discuss today. So as I mentioned that our focus in today's topic is to discuss about some of the new happenings in the Middle East war, ongoing war that is going on, and I have already covered in my previous episodes, quite a few episodes about all the happenings and its impact on the aerospace or aviation industry, as well as its impact on the businesses. So what we have learned so far in last about couple of days, where the one of the uh, party in this conflict, us have been you know trying to de-escalate in terms of first it gave the ultimatum of 48 hours, and then it spoke about holding that off for 5 days on attacking on Iran's energy infrastructure. However, it's not like you say and immediately everything stops, right? So what we are hearing and learning so far, that the hostilities continue in terms of attacks on Iran are also continuing in other targets, as well as Iran is also targeting the locations in Israel, uh, in Kuwait, in Bahrain, and UAE, and all other places. So what actually we are learning, that you know probably a uh, lot of technologies which were actually been hidden so far from the world about Iran's capabilities. So some of them probably coming out or something like that, because uh, we saw in last couple of weeks that extensive use of uh, cluster munitions by Iran, which spreads across a large region in small bomblets, and it's very difficult to intercept each of them. Also, what we learned, that there was a targeting of Diego Garcia uh, uh, military base on the islands in Indian Ocean region, which is very far from Iran, which is almost around 4,000 kilometer away. So having such a the you know reach for Iran's missile capability, so that was definitely a big surprise to everyone, because the stated capability of Iran uh, was around 2,000 kilometers. So this is definitely a new findings in this war, as we are finding a lot of new happenings every day. So also there has been reports that there are probably some new missiles that has been used by Iran to target Israel, some of the areas in Israel which are being uh, you know uh, thought about as not as the cluster munition but something which is MIRV, which is like multiple independently targetable uh, re-entry vehicle. uh, so that is basically one warhead that goes uh, with one missile, and then then they become like multiple independent warhead, and who comes down in different uh, and target different uh, you know uh, target areas. Okay, so that's a very very niche technology, and there are only few countries which are uh, so far known in the world to have that kind of technology. So US, Russia, China, and India are one of those elite group of countries which are having such capabilities. So if Iran has uh, been able to develop that capability, so that's a really uh, major happening, I would say. But apart from that, the major problem what the world is facing because of this continued hostility and continued war is that major disruption in the one of the busiest and major shipping route through this Persian Gulf and Strait of Hormuz, and which is the major shipping route for uh, the world's energy trade, right? So that has created a huge challenge, and the globally what we are hearing that a lot of countries uh, in India's neighborhood, as well as some of the countries in um, Southeast Asia as well as in Europe have already started rationing uh, the fuel, which is a major concern. That means there are major fuel shortages and energy shortages. uh, this also leads to huge inflation in terms of as your energy prices goes up, so your transportation, your manufacturing, your logistics, everything goes up. So basically you are looking at a very very high inflation rate, and which causes major challenges for the businesses, right? Because business have to spend more, and they also have to go through a lot of unpredictable situation, because they don't know even after you know paying some additional premium whether they would be able to secure uh, the raw material, or the technology, or the machineries, or whatever they are looking for, so they would really get that delivered in time. It creates a major risk factor for the businesses, and that risk factor gets flown down in their pricing. It affects the demand supply uh, uh, the balance, and obviously that hits the uh, equilibrium, and that increases the price. Ultimately the consumers have to pay higher price for their products, and that leads to further challenge for the discretionary spend uh, in the pocket of the consumer. And it's a continuous cycle that keeps on happening. And apart from that, uh, you know the the immediate major risk what we are looking at is especially for the industrial organizations and aerospace. So we are looking much beyond the immediate impact of the fuel and the energy cost, but it is much beyond that, because Middle East has been one of the you know highly and very fast growing region globally, which were catering to this exponential growth of aerospace industry, aviation industry specifically, to mention. And now this unpredictable situation will definitely cause a major hit for the industry, which will, we don't know how long it will take to stabilize, how long it will take to get that trust back. And again, the investments uh, that were planned in this region, or the new uh, infrastructure that were supposed to come up. So when those will actually come up, or whether there would really be any meaningful investment or not. So there are many challenges that are going to come in front of all of us, and in terms of not just the immediate impact of the fuel cost and the gas price, but a long term uh, impact that we are looking at for the aerospace industry, as well as uh, you know all the businesses and economies alike, I would say. So yeah, I would definitely come back with more information as it comes. But for now, I would like to hope that we uh, see this hostilities uh, get reduced and stopped as soon as possible, so that the normal life and the the things comes back to normalcy as soon as possible. With that, have a great day and take care.